Watching the Highlight Zone with Wayne 15 Sports Director Glenn Marini. Local sports coverage you can count on.
Me and my guys in senior class, we're talking about it since freshman year coming in, like, oh yeah, senior year we're going to win a state championship.
Yeah, you're tugging at my heartstrings, man. The program means a lot because of what it stands for and what the kids and coaches put into it.
I want everybody to see what our defense has been doing all year. I just want everybody to see what we can do on the biggest stage.
Everybody did their job, and we're going to Lucas Oil again. Let's go.
You know, they set a goal to win a state championship. I mean, that's a program-wide goal. It's a community-wide goal. Anything less than that would be a disappointment.
You know, that's one thing a lot of people say. They say it's our year or third time's the charm. That's nothing in football. You have to earn everything.
We can't let it get to our heads. We just got to keep playing, hit harder, and just tough it out.
Town of Monroe, everyone in 260 is going to be out down there supporting us and all the other 260 teams, and I just think it's going to be awesome.
Coming into state finals week, the 260 looking to put on a show. Snider, Luers, Adams Central, all making it to state. It's the first time in over 20 years that we've had 3 teams from Northeast Indiana make it down to Indy, and the Panthers, Knights, and Jets, not exactly strangers to the Circle City. Luers will try to win its 12th state title in program history tomorrow. Meanwhile, Adams Central and Snider both getting their shot on Friday. We start with Snider, the 5A game, the final game of the day at Lucas Oil. And Snider looking to win the program's 3rd ever state title, first since 2015. First quarter, Decatur Central gets on the board first. It's Ashton Vogel with a 35-yard field goal, and it's 3-zip Decatur Central Hawks after 1. Second quarter, the Panthers at their own 20. No worries because they've got senior Uriah Buchanan. Buchanan is gone. 80 yards to the house. We'll have more with him in just a minute. Snider takes a 7-3 lead on that 80-yarder. Later in the second quarter, it's Decatur Central, it's Ashton Vogel, and again, the field goal is good. That one from 41 yards out. Snider leading 7-6 at the half. Third quarter, more from special teams. This time it's Bang Tung had that big kick against Mishawaka earlier in the playoffs, a 47-yarder, 10-6 Snider. And then a different kicker, same result for Snider, Chase Wennemar, 18-yarder, 13-6 Snider late in the third. Let's go to the fourth quarter. Snider breaking it open from their 5-yard line. Buchanan, 95 yards, 1 yard shy of Vaughn Dunbar's record for longest run in a 5A state title game. Anytime you're in company with Vaughn Dunbar, it's been a good day. Buchanan, 23 carries, 235 yards, 19-6 Snider on top. And boy, the Panthers rolled from there. Defense on lockdown, wouldn't allow a touchdown all game. Will Kelso and Landon Fry forcing a turnover on downs in the fourth. Later, Kieran Billingsley, the quarterback. He's shifty, he's dangerous, and he's up the middle and gone 16 yards. That's a touchdown, and Snider up 26-6. And here's your icing on the cake. Billingsley to who else but Uriah Buchanan, already over 200 yards rushing and 2 touchdowns. How about a 26-yard touchdown reception? And Snider wins this 33-6. The Panthers are your 5A state champion. 3rd state championship in program history. My man Josh Ayan spent his day at Lucas Oil Stadium and joins us with more on the Panthers.
At this time last year, Snider was watching the state finals on their couches after a heartbreaking loss in the semi-state round. But fast forward to this year, Snider not only avenging their loss in the semi-state round, but coming out on this field dominating for 48 minutes against a really good Decatur Central team and taking home their 3rd state title in program history.
You know, our bond together from, 4 years of seniors class and things like that, it goes back, way back. And so us being able to care for each other in that moment and be able to, hey, we messed up, but we can come back and get points, so it's good, so we're good. So it's a great feeling. It's a good thing.
It feels good knowing we put all that hard work in since we lost in semi-state last year. To come here, when you set the goal at the beginning of the season, every team goes to win a state championship. Being one of the only teams to do that, it feels great.
I just played the brand of football we have been playing the whole year, which is just fly around, 11 hats on the ball, and just try to hurt them every play. Just be physical and just dominate them between the trenches and make them do what they're not best at, I think is the best way to say it.
That was hard to take. It's hard to swallow, but that's also life. And to their credit, what we want them to do in life is bounce back, continue to work at it, and that's certainly what they did.
One more positive note, Jake Tittman being named the winner of the Mental Attitude Award, the son of head coach Kurt Tittman. Snider also finishes the season with a 13-1 record and their 3rd state title in program history. From Lucas Oil Stadium, I'm Josh Ayen with Wayne 15 Sports.
Earlier in the day, as Yogi Berra would say, it's deja vu all over again. Adams Central and Indy Lutheran playing in the 1A state title game for the 3rd year in a row. Now the Jets dropping the previous 2, but looking to flip the script on the Saints here in 2023. Off to a good start. First quarter, Jets striking first. Jack Hamilton caps a 13-play, 85-yard opening drive, and Jets up 7-zip. Lutheran answering back. Explosive offense. Jackson Willis to Devon Jones. This strike goes for 67 yards, and it would tie it at 7. Late first quarter, following a Jets punt, it's more from that offense of Indy Lutheran. Willis, dude can chuck it, finds L.J. Ward for the touchdown, and the Jets, despite scoring first, find themselves down 14-7 after 1. After another AC punt, Lutheran capitalizing again. Braden Hall with the touchdown run right there. He had 145 yards on the game. Jets down 21-7 early in the second, but AC would answer on the next possession. It's Hamilton to Trevor Curry. That Curry is spicy. 13-yard touchdown, cuts it to 21-14. But before the half, Indy Lutheran would find the end zone once again. Willis to Ward. It's a 24-yard touchdown, and the Saints led 28-14 at the break. Third quarter, more from the Saints through the air. Willis connecting with Jones. Again, 20-yard touchdown, and Lutheran now up 35-14. AC, though, no give up in Michael Mosier and the Jets. Hamilton looking to Curry. Curry 6 catches for $124 and 2 TDs. Jets cut it to 35-21 heading into the 4th. Same score, minute and a half to go. AC looking for something. They get it here. Hamilton to Ryan Tester. Hamilton was 16-24 passing for 226 yards and 3 TDs. Jets within a touchdown at 35-28 with $124 to go. But Indy Lutheran would recover the onside kick and would run out the clock. And for the 3rd year in a row, Adams Central, your state runner-up in 1A. Jets fall this year 35-28. Josh Ayen has more on the men from Monroe.
Well, you gotta love the resolve from this Adams Central team, battling all 48 minutes until the clock hit triple zeros. But ultimately, for this Flying Jets program, the end result was one that fans have been well used to for the last couple of years. Still, this senior class has a lot to be proud of. The winningest in program history with 49 wins and 3 straight trips to Lucas Oil Stadium.
Things didn't go our way. We got down early, came into the second half down, got down another touchdown, and just the way that everyone fought through and fought to the end and just gave us ourselves a chance. I think it speaks volume about our community and how we're all upbringing. None of us kids have any quit in us. That was a tough game. I mean, went down to the very end. Very proud of this team, very proud of everyone, coaches, everyone on this team. I mean, wouldn't want to do it with anyone else for 4 years. We've all been friends forever. We've all been playing football together forever. I mean, we have such a bond that no one can rip apart from us.
We played some really good football, and we beat some really good teams to get here, and that's what we can hang our hat on. That it's a great honor to be here, and it's a great honor to play at this level, and for us to get here 3 years in a row and play at that level really makes me proud, and I know that they'll be proud of that too.
Adams Central ends their year with a 14-1 record and their 3rd straight finish as Class 1A runner-up. From Lucas Oil Stadium, I'm Josh Ayen with Wayne 15 Sports.
All right, while Snider and Adams Central obviously hit the turf today, Bishop Luers has one more sleep before it's state championship time for them. The Knights playing in the 2A title game Saturday morning. They're going to face North Posey. That's at 11 a.m. Kyle Lindsay's team beat Lafayette Central Catholic 28-7 last Friday at semi-state. A win tomorrow, and the Knights would bring home the 12th state title in program history.
They're like most of the teams we've seen this postseason. They run a lot. They want to just get it up the middle, and we're going to have to stay strong defensively.
It's all north and south. They want to run the ball, and they're just going to get downhill right now. So we know we got to key in on 33 and 3, and we just got to wear them down, play physical, and play Bishop Luers football, and we'll get out with a dub.
This is a very good North Posey defense who flies around the field, and they're very physical. These guys play hard. They're fast. They're physical. This should be an exciting state championship game.
Bishop Luers, also your ops team of the week, and you can watch that full story on the Wayne.com sports page. We're going to have complete coverage of Luers tomorrow, but tonight we're going to switch gears and talk some hoops. When it comes to high school girls games, only tonight, and that means a stacked Northrop squad on the road against undefeated DeKalb. Plus, she is no doubt the biggest star in women's college basketball, Caitlin Clark, and the Iowa Hawkeyes doing battle against your Fort Wayne Mastodons. We're going to see if the Dons can hold down the reigning National Player of the Year. That's up next on the Highlight Zone.
We're the Snider Panthers. We're proud for the state title. More Highlight Zone up next.
We are Woodland High School, home of the Warriors.
Welcome to the Highlight Zone.
Well, after dropping the season opener at the University of Michigan in Ann Arbor, it's been so far so good for Maria Marquesano and the Mastodons. The Dons beating Great Lakes Christian and Southern Illinois over the last 2 weeks. But Friday night, Purdue-Fort Wayne facing a challenge like it's never faced before. Dons taking on Caitlin Clark, the reigning National Player of the Year. Clark and 5th-ranked Iowa squaring off with PFW at the Gulf Coast Showcase down in Florida. Third quarter, that is Miss Clark with her 5th three of the game already, 55-36 Iowa. Next possession, it's Clark burying it. Iowa up 22. Clark had 29 points on the game, 6 of 9 on threes. Amelia Bromanchenko did have 16 points to lead the Dons, but PFW falls to Iowa 98-59. High school girls basketball, Northrop currently atop the standings in the SAC. The Bruins on the road to face 5-0 DeKalb. Let's take a look. We got the Bruins. We got DeKalb. We got girls basketball coming up. There she is. Talk a little bit about these Bruins. They are pretty darn tough. Of course, look a little different without the Jackson twins on the court this year, but Alexi Castater, she is going to play with them at Valpo. She drains the three. 7-point lead in the first quarter for the Bruins. Here comes Natalie Fordyce for the bucket, but it's still a 9-point lead for the Bruins. Nia Bell kind of got overshadowed by some of the players the last few years, but she's having a heck of a season. She had 18. That would lead the Bruins. They led by 10. Then it's Ashley Cox with a bucket here for DeKalb, but it was Northrop's night in Waterloo. Your final, Barons 38. It's Northrop victorious with 66. Big showdown in the ACAC. Jay County, your reigning conference champ. Meanwhile, Woodland coming in 4-0 to start this season. Second quarter action. Jay County's Molly Mullenkamp with the 2 right there. She had 15 points. That would lead a balanced Jay County attack as Jay led by 2. Taylor Knibular here with a putback on the other end. And this ball game was tied 36 all at the half. And yeah, the little guy liked it out at Elmer Stroutman Gymnasium. Third quarter, Brooke Knibular following her own shot, just like the coach tells you to. Woodland up by 1, but Jay County simply too much. Sophie Saxman here with 2 of her 13, and Jay County would top Woodland in a good one, 60-53 out in Woodburn. Staying in the ACAC, South Adams at Bluffton, as South Adams senior Macy Priest just went over 1,000 career points last game. She is just the 5th girls player in South Adams history to score 1,000, and that includes her sister Peyton, who did it a year ago. This is South Adams' Lainey Troush with the first bucket of the game, so the Starfires with an early 2-zip lead. But Bluffton, they've been off to a great start this season. You're going to see Haley Gibson splash here for 3. That's a bucket, and Bluffton up by 4. You'll see Madison Sonigson with the bucket here for Bluffton. And Bluffton improves to 6-0. The Tigers win at the Tigers Den, 60-39 over the Starfires. Last stop for girls hoops, an NECC showdown at the Eagles Nest. We got Fremont hosting West Noble. The Chargers looking for the first win in the Haley Holiday coaching era. First quarter, Fremont's Maya Turner kicking it to Addie Parr for the lay-in. Parr would lead the Eagles with 17. Fremont out in front. West Noble coming the other way. Kaylee Jordan straight to the cup. She gets the lay-in, a bucket to the Chargers. But later in the first, you'll see some nice passing to an open Miss Parr. And Parr from straight away downtown, banging it home. Second quarter, we'll see West Noble's Marley Mast answer. Dialing long distance herself off glass, but it's Fremont winning 69-35 over West Noble. Stay tuned, your gem of the night is coming up next on the Highlight Zone.
We're the DeKalb Barons, and welcome back to the Highlight Zone.
As the saying goes, all good things must come to an end. Tonight, the final night, we crown a gem of the night on the gridiron. Last week, it was Mickey Daring crashing through the defense to help Luers earn a trip to the state finals. As for this week, here is your gem of the night brought to you by Peter Franklin Jewelers. And what else could it be but that 95-yarder from Uriah Buchanan? It was 13-6, Snider in the lead early fourth quarter when Uriah Buchanan rips this one off 1 yard shy again of Vaughn Dunbar's record for longest run in a 5A state title game. Buchanan 235 yards on the ground, 2 rushing touchdowns and a 26-yard touchdown grab. The Snider Panthers are your 5A state champs, and Uriah Buchanan as your Peter Franklin Jewelers gem of the night. So 1 out of 2 tonight. Maybe Luers can make it 2 out of 3. And as our good friend Meatloaf said, 2 out of 3 ain't bad. As for next week, we're talking all basketball. First all hoops edition of the Highlight Zone this year. Your game of the week features reigning 2A state champ Blackhawk Christian as Matt Roth and the Braves will play at Johnny Washington and the New Haven Bulldogs. Other boys games include Homestead at Warsaw, Leo at Heritage. Some big girls games on the docket as well. A rivalry renewed, no doubt, between Carroll and Homestead Wall in the NE8. It is Huntington North at Norwell. These games and many more next week on The Zone. Let's talk some hockey. Comets fresh off their annual Thanksgiving Day game. The K's at the Indy Fuel tonight. Second period is where we pick it up. K's down 1-0, but not for long. Matt Wedman to Cameron Suprika. His first in a Comets uniform this season. That ties it at 1-1 heading into the third. Now this one would go into overtime, tied at 2-2 when Jake Johnson in OT, folks, with your game winner as the Comets take it at the Indy Fuel by a final of 3-2. The K's are back home tomorrow against Toledo, puck dropping at 7:30 in the Jungle against the rival Walleye. Of course, a lot of this weekend is about football. We had one state champion tonight, Adams Central, your runner-up in 1A. We'll see if Luers can do it in 2A tomorrow. We got college football also on Wayne TV. And don't forget the Colts versus the Bucks, 1 o'clock on Sunday. Well, for this week's edition of the Highlight Zone, I'm Glenn Marini, and we'll see you next Friday night.